Thank you so much for requesting your copy of How to Triple Your Sales by Getting Your Internet Marketing Right for Plumbing, HVAC, and Home Service Contractors. We're going to go ahead and get this out to you in the mail ASAP, and we'll get the digital copy sent to you via email right away so you can dive in. In the meantime, watch this quick video to discover how other plumbing, HVAC, and home service contractors are implementing the ideas from this book to generate significantly better results, more leads, more sales, more booked jobs for their businesses. And just so you know that this stuff is legit, these ideas and strategies have been implemented by plumbing, HVAC, and home service contractors across the country and even internationally. Many of the clients that have implemented and we've implemented this with have gone from relative obscurity to the point where they're now the dominant players in their local markets, some of them seeing over $1 million in revenue growth. One of the companies we work with, Lawrence Snow from Valley Plumbing, has grown from a one-man operation to over 18 trucks and adding a new truck every 9 months. Now, when I talk with plumbing, HVAC, home service companies about online marketing, digital marketing, websites, and SEO, usually they're frustrated mainly by tech and provider overwhelm, right? When they start to look at their internet marketing, there's so many options and there's so many people reaching out every day. Hey, I've got the new shiny thing to get you ranked, or to leverage Facebook, or to do whatever to really make things work. And there's so much content out there, books, trainings, courses, consultants. A lot of you guys are just in tech overwhelm. It's like, man, I don't know what to do next. I don't know who to believe. I've tried this, that, and the other, and just haven't gotten the results that I was expecting. And usually when you're in tech overwhelm, when you're in provider overwhelm, you either don't do anything, you're just like, I don't know what to do next, or you stay where you're at and you stick with the status quo, which is an idea, which isn't going to help you hit your goals. The other thing we find is you're just not generating enough lead flow, enough leads to keep the trucks running or to be able to confidently go out and recruit that next technician and add that next truck. And the other thing is we find that you're spending a lot of money, right? Most plumbing, HVAC, home service companies spend a lot of money in website, in SEO, in pay-per-click, in pay-per-lead services like Angie and Home Advisor. And really, this is frustrating, right? When you've got big goals, you've got big ambitions. And so that's why I wrote this book, to really help give you the exact path that you need to put in place to triple your sales by getting your internet marketing right. My name is Josh Nelson. I'm the founder of Plumbing and HVAC SEO. And over the years, I've had the opportunity to work with hundreds of plumbing and HVAC companies in some of the most competitive markets and seen them see over $1 million in revenue growth by getting their internet marketing right. And I've seen the impact that this can have. And so what I've done is I've developed what we call the accelerated growth model, which takes the key concepts from the book and turns it into like actionable items. Like when you think about your online marketing strategy, it really boils down to these 3 key things, right? Number 1, we've got to drive leads. We have to have a mechanism to get new leads coming into the business day in and day out, right? Number 2 is we've got to maximize conversion. We got to make sure that those leads convert. They turn into booked jobs. They turn into revenue for your business. If you're not converting the leads that you're generating, you can't double down. You can't continue to drive more leads. And then number 3, you've got to optimize results. Because there's so many things that you can put your money into, you have to be tracking down to the penny what's working best so that you can allocate your dollars as efficiently and effectively as possible. And this is what we call our accelerated growth model, something we implement for plumbing, HVAC, home service companies. And what we found when it comes to driving leads, there's really 3 key strategies. There's organic, right? Making sure that you're coming up on the map in the organic listings through non-paid listings and that customers find you day in and day out without you having to invest anything in paid spend. Now, beyond that, you want to be able to profitably tap into paid strategies like Google Maps, like Google Ads, like local service ads, like Angie. When you do these things correctly, you can really find the model to generate a lot more leads, but the key is profitability. And then number 3 is through your database. This is one of the most underlooked marketing strategies that we see plumbing, HVAC, home service companies miss, is over the years, you've worked with a lot of customers. You've had a lot of inquiries. People call in and ask about a price estimate or ask about how much it would cost. And usually there's very little going on to market to that existing customer base. And so one of the great ways to generate leads and to keep the trucks running is to make sure you're marketing to that past customer. You're connecting with them via email, via phone, via SMS. And really, we want to generate leads, book jobs, and sales by marketing to your existing customer via email, SMS, and over the phone, right? And when we get those three right, we can drive lots of leads, right? We can really have tons of opportunity coming in to the business. Now, from there, we've got to maximize conversion, right? And for us, that starts with our website, because everybody's going to wind up on the website before they make the decision. So we got to make sure that our website is built to convert. And we've got a website optimization cheat sheet we'll share with you, which will show you exactly how to convert 2 to 10 times more leads from the visitors already getting to your website without having to hire a fancy designer. Now, once your website's converting, and there's very specific things you can put on the website to improve conversion from visitor to caller, or from visitor to job, we have to make sure we've got a great reputation, right? We got to make sure that when people look us up, they're like, wow, that's a quality organization. That's a world-class organization, because there's all of these good reviews from the real customers on Google, on Yelp, on Angie. And so we want to drive more online reviews from your happy customers and develop a great reputation without having to beg our customer base, right? And there's some very specific things we can do on that front. From there, we've got to put automation in place. And we find most plumbing, HVAC, home service companies haven't gotten to the place where you're leveraging automation. And there's great automation technology that exists, right? And what we want to do with automation is just ensure that every lead is followed up with in 30 seconds or less via phone, email, SMS, and touched at least 5 times to maximize the conversion rate from lead to sale, or from lead to book job, or lead to dispatch technician in the home. Now, when we've got that dialed in, we can see usually a 50 to 60% increase in the conversion rate from the leads that you already generate, which makes all of the other lead generation strategies you implement so much more effective. Now, the third pillar, the third thing we want to do is optimize for results. We want to optimize for results, which means we need to be really clear on how much we should spend. When it comes to tripling your sales, whether you're at $10,000 a month or whether you're at $1 million or $10 million, it can absolutely be done if we've got the right budget, right? If we know how to spend the dollars, how much we should be allocating to our spend. And so we want to get clear on how much to invest in your marketing to achieve the sales and growth metrics, growth outcomes that you set for yourself without having to guess or overspend. From there, we want to have the tracking dialed in where we know exactly what our average cost per lead is, right? If you don't know, here's how much I spent, here's how many leads I generated, here's what my average cost per lead is, you're kind of throwing darts out into the air, as opposed to knowing, okay, I've got my tracking in place, this is how much I can spend per lead, this is how many leads I need to generate in order to get my results dialed in. And so we want you to know exactly what you're investing per lead for each of the services you provide without having to run complicated calculations or looking at really complicated reports. Now, the final aspect is return on investment, right? We want to know exactly what you spent and how much revenue was generated. That way you can say, okay, out of all of the marketing we could do, what's generating the best ROI? And sometimes it's not the one that's the lowest cost per lead. Sometimes you pay a little bit more per lead, but you get a higher quality job, right? That's more valuable to you, which generates a better return on your investment. And so knowing exactly what your ROI is lets you allocate your budget in a way that's going to generate the best results possible. Now, I've put together a great little checklist that you've got access to that helps you look at that entire process, that entire journey, and say, okay, what's going on? What do we need to do with our website, with our SEO, with our pay-per-click, with our paid marketing, with our advertising spend, and with our tracking to truly optimize our results? And this is awesome. You're going to get lots of great insights and a very clear, understanding of what you need to do to generate much better results, much better lead flow, and better growth and consistency of growth within your business. What I find is a lot of plumbing, HVAC, home service companies like yourself love to get information like this. You love to get books and listen to trainings, but oftentimes there's a gap between the information and the implementation, right? Oftentimes you need to get with somebody that can help you look at your business, look at your marketing, and help you identify exactly what you can do to get the outcomes, right? To get the results that you're after. And so I want to offer you what I call our lead flow acceleration session. Now, this is a complimentary session if you're a right fit for our program, where we'll do 3 things. Number 1 is we'll get clear on what's holding you back. We'll look at your current website, your current SEO, your current rankings, your current paid search strategy, and show you, all right, here's what's missing. Like, here's why you're not ranking organically. Here's why you're not getting a manageable pay-per-click cost, right? Here's why you're not getting the kind of growth that you want. Second to that, we'll map out a clear plan to triple your sales over the next 12 months. We'll show you exactly the tweaks that need to happen on the website, the tweaks that need to happen with your paid search, and the modifications that would need to be put in place with your budget, with your spend, in order to triple your sales. We'll give you that roadmap. And then third, we'll decide whether it's a good fit for you to work with us, whether our program is a good fit. So if it makes sense, you seem like a good fit for us, we see a clear path between where you're at and what you're looking to do, we'll talk about how we can work together and help you implement this to triple your sales and take your plumbing, HVAC, or home service business to the next level. Now, this session isn't for everybody. We only work with established plumbing, HVAC, and home service companies. So you need to have at least 3 trucks, at least $500,000 per year in revenue. You need to be fully committed to your growth. Like, this isn't something that's like, okay, I could care less whether I get more leads or sales. You got to be committed to growing, having a bigger impact in your business, and you got to be willing to invest in growth, right? You're gonna be willing to spend money. And I'm not saying to spend money in a vacuum, but if we know we can spend $1 and get $5 in return, you have to be willing to invest to get this growth. So if you meet those 3 criteria and this sounds good, and you would like to take us up on this lead flow acceleration session, there's gonna be a link here where you can schedule a time that works for you on the calendar. Just give us a little more details about you, your company, what you're doing now, and we'll get that scheduled. So click the button, get yourself registered. Look for the copy of the book to arrive in the mail shortly. Check your inbox, and I'll look forward to talking with you soon.